Let me ask you about Hillary Clinton. You served with her on the Armed Services Committee. Would you say right now that any Republican running would be a better, in terms of foreign policy, than Hillary Clinton?
Yes, except for Rand Paul. She said that you'd have to suspend disbelief to believe that the surge would work when it was being proposed by General Petraeus. You would have to suspend disbelief to believe that America is well positioned against Iran, against Syria, against ISIL, against Russia, against China. We're in terrible position. So you'd have to suspend disbelief to believe her statement we're well positioned. No, she would be beat by all of us except Rand Paul.
You were just out with former candidate Mitt Romney, who made some remarks about his campaign and the issue of immigration. He said self-deportation. He talked about that. What role do you think that had in his race, and how would you, as a candidate, talk about immigration differently?
Mitt Romney and Ann Romney did our party a great service by admitting that embracing self-deportation in 2012 was their biggest mistake. They have given us a chance in 2016 to win. You're not going to self-deport 11 million people. You're not going to be able to do that. I'm not going to be a Republican nominee wanting to try to do that. If you pass a criminal background check, I'll allow you to stay here legally and earn your way to citizenship. It will be a hard-earned pathway. But I hope every candidate on the Republican side will follow Mitt Romney's lead and admit it was a mistake to embrace self-deportation. And I hope self-deportation is in our rearview mirror as a party, because if it is not, we will lose in 2016.
But is there any candidate out there who's advocating self-deportation at the moment?
Well, you need to talk to them. I'm the only candidate advocating a comprehensive approach that includes a long, hard-earned pathway to citizenship, requiring to learn the English language, getting in the back of the line so you don't cut in front of the line. People in my party, I don't know exactly where they are. There's some people saying we need to limit legal immigration. To me, they're just looking at a different world than I am. We'll be down to 2 workers for every retiree in the next 20 years. We're going to need more legal immigration. I hope we'll embrace a comprehensive approach that's realistic and humane.
Let me ask you about the world as they see it. Jeb Bush was overseas this week. Scott Walker and Chris Christie have taken trips overseas. They say as governors they can make decisions and they can study and learn about the other stuff. What is it that they need to know that they can't just learn from these foreign trips?
You need to go over there and meet the Sunnis and the Shias and the Kurds and their leaders, then you'll know you can never partition Iraq. The Sunni Arab world is not going to give southern part of Iraq, where most of the oil is at, to the Iranians. If you get in on the ground, you'll understand the complexities. You'll get to know the people. I don't know what they've been doing for the last 10 years, but for the last 10 years, I've been busting my butt. I've been to Iraq and Afghanistan over 30 times, learning from Bush's mistakes, my mistakes, and Obama's mistakes. And there's nobody better prepared to deal with the chaos in the Mideast and the world at large than Lindsey Graham. I'm ready to go on day one as Commander-in-Chief. And to the American people, we're not well positioned to deal with these threats, but we could be.